All right, welcome to the best damn sports podcast on the planet. I'm your host, Brandon Combs. This is Triple Shot Sports. Had some technical difficulties there. Not sure what's going on with the start of the music. Did a sound check earlier, and now all of a sudden it is not working. So my apologies for that. But as always, we have a great show lined up for you guys. We're going to go into Week 7 of the NFL. We're going to get to all of our game picks. We're going to get into me and Professor Leonard's picks against the spread as well. And we will get into some World Series talk. Let me bring on Hoffy. Hoffy, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, Triple Shot Nation? Let's flex on them. Let's have a show.
Hey, man, look, it has been a crazy NFL season already. There's been
the past
so
24
many
hours.
surprises. Yeah, I mean, there's been a ton of surprises. You've got, nobody saw the Titans being as good as they are. Everybody was saying, hey, yeah, they'll probably win their division, but they'll win it at like 8-8, 9-7.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
People are sleeping on them. Nobody saw the Bears where they're at 5-1, except for me, who picked them at 11-5. And so there's just a lot of surprises. Nobody saw the
Raiders?
NFC East being as bad as they are.
Yeah,
I mean, the NFC East is atrocious. And we got a Thursday night football game coming up. And you got the Giants and the Eagles. This could be a 7-3 game. Like this is
turned out to be the lowest ratings in Thursday night football history.
It's gonna be so bad, so bad. But it might be one of those games that's so bad that it's good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, at least with the Jaguars and the Dolphins, we had a Miami versus Miami, and some Fitz magic, the mustache battle. But yeah, you got
Ethan
no
Bender's
juice
not wrong
one.
here. The Steelers are the best team in the league right now, and
Number one.
I did not see that coming.
No, that's another surprise. I got them in my number one in power ranking, so
I had them being good.
Everybody.
I had them being good. I had them being better than they were last year, but I did not have them being this good at all.
Big Ben's looking like a rookie again.
James Harvey chiming in, says, now Pats are winning. My Raiders are the most hated again. You know what? Your Raiders are not the most hated. And stay tuned for our picks, because I'm telling you right now, there is one guy who is very high on your Raiders. And by high, I mean he's probably a little high on your Raiders.
Boy, Professor.
Look, I don't know what to tell you about the Raiders. The Raiders are sometimes... They're one of those teams that sometimes
any given Sunday.
Yeah, but sometimes they look really good, and you're like, man, if that team shows up every week, and then they show up the next week and they lay an egg. So I'm not sure what to make of them right now, but we do have some people that are high on them. Brian Slava says, could be 35-27, bet high on this one. I would not bet high on this one. I mean, if you're betting and you're high, you might say 35-27, but I would not bet high on this one.
The only team that's putting up 20 is the Eagles, if that, but I don't even know that that's happening.
James Harvey says, I took the Philly defense. The Giants are not putting 27 points up on anybody this entire season.
No, I didn't. No, the Giants are putting, not at all.
Not at all. Keith Matson, Hoff, you should show Combs how to grow a real goatee. Keith, buddy.
He's not kidding. I mean, that thing's atrocious. Look at that. Did you draw that on with a crayon?
Do you know why I wear this? Have you ever heard the story? Why I wear it the way I wear it?
You're trying to look like some clown?
God. So when I was in the Marine Corps, actually... Oh, hey, look. We've got our third party here with us. What's going on? Caught you in the middle of a chew, too.
Yeah, I've been here for a second just waiting on you to add me here.
Hey, man. Okay. I mean, I guess better late than never.
So I was just
me and Hoffy were ready to go about 15-20 minutes before the show, and here you are hopping in 5 minutes afterward. What are you? What do you think you are? You think you're like freaking Iverson? Practice.
Yes.
Practice.
No,
but at any rate, we're talking about the beard. And look, so when I was in the Marine Corps, and Jay knows this, when you're in the Marine Corps, you're always clean shaven. You can never grow anything out. But when you go on leave, man, all bets are off. You try to grow the facial hair, you try to impress the ladies. And I had a buddy of mine who I lived with off base, and he would, every time he would we'd go on leave, he would wear his goatee like this. And then he got killed over in Iraq, got hit by a roadside bomb. And so when I got out of the Marine Corps, I started wearing it like this to honor him. So that's why I wear the goatee like this.
You could change it up every once in a while.
I have. I mean, but I don't know. I haven't. I can't help it. The girls like it. What do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, gives them a little tickle.
James Harvey says, I would only bet on this one if I was high. Talking about the Eagles and the Giants, or the Eagles and Eagles and the Giants.
This is going to be a good game.
A quarterback this draft. The Bears definitely need to draft a quarterback.
This is going to be a good game tonight.
Yes, Keith. May his memory live on. Look, he was an absolute stud. Definitely dedicated to the Marine Corps. Lance Corporal Hernandez, and he was an amazing guy, amazing dad, amazing husband, and so the girls. Peace. Well, look, the girls before you, babe, not like now.
Oh,
I meant before you.
Got caught.
At any rate, so we had Chris Jameson on the other day.
I hope you
and we were talking about like all the stuff that he does, all the helmets, and he had asked me about that to talk about the helmet that I was getting in the mail, and it came in the mail today. So I just wanted to
show off
some of the stuff that comes through. This is a full size, authentic. It's a chrome, and in the back there you got Joe Theismann's signature. Then you got Doug Williams, all with the Super Bowl inscriptions. All three were Super Bowl MVPs. And then in the front you got the Mark Rippon. I mean, this is just a beautiful, beautiful piece.
After that last comment from your wife, you might as well put that helmet on and run right into a wall.
For real, though.
She'll be all right. She knows what I meant.
Michelle, I can still make a mean chicken broccoli ziti Alfredo and whatever scallops that you like too. So, give me a call.
All right. So, before we get into some of the football talk, let's get into some of the baseball talk. We had the World Series going on. It's tied 1-1. Today is their off day. They go to Game 3, 4, and 5 starting tomorrow. And look, man, this series has been. The first game was not what I expected. The Dodgers absolutely ran away with it. Yesterday's game was more of what I expected. A well-contested game, and the Rays coming out on top. I like the Rays even more now with the off days. I really feel like instead of the Rays in 7, I like the Rays more in 6.
It certainly helps because their starter went 4 1/3 on Game 1 and threw 112 pitches, I believe.
Yeah.
So
and so he'll be ready to come back for Game 5, and he'll have that regular rest. So look, I like the Rays in this series still. Jay, do you still like the Dodgers in this series?
I do. I mean, I like what I saw out of them in Game 1. I mean, I think Game 2 is probably a little bit more stereotypical of the type of baseball you're going to see played. But, I mean, if the Dodgers bring the bats out, I don't think that the Rays are going to be able to handle them or play with them, I mean, this is all going to come down to pitching, like Hoppy said in, the last episode or whatnot. And if Tampa Bay can hold up that pitching, I mean, the Dodgers are going to have a hard time, but if the Dodgers bring out the bats, then I don't foresee this going too far for the Rays.
Yeah, we keep giving all this credit. We're giving all the credit to the Rays, bullpen, and they're 3.37. The Dodgers bullpen is 2.47. So the Dodgers bullpen is actually performing better.
Right.
So let me ask you a question then. Okay, so you go into games 3, 4, and 5, and you're in a close game. Who do you like more to win those games? Do you like the Dodgers more to win those games, or do you like the Rays bullpen, who over the course of the season have shown you that they're the better bullpen? And Kenley Jansen is not the same Kenley Jansen he used to be. And the Dodgers bullpen. The Dodgers bullpen's.
I'll take my chances because I don't trust the offense on Tampa Bay. So I'm going to go with. I'd rather be LA and Mookie Betts, Seager, Jock Peterson. I mean.
The Dodgers bullpen has been better, but the Dodgers bullpen has been better because of Derek May.
Yeah,
that's why the bullpen's been better.
The Rays.
Derek May's arm's going to fall off by the end of this series. The way they're using him, his arm's going to fall off.
I mean, if starting pitching can get you deep, I mean.
Thank you. Been saying that.
Look, I don't blame. Look, the Dodgers bats. The Dodgers lineup is comparable to the Yankees lineup. They're very good top to bottom. There's no real holes in the lineup. They are very good. Will Smith is a very underrated offensive catcher. They are very good.
The team's only hitting 192 in the postseason. You got 392 from your Rose guy, but
they're hitting 192 in the postseason, and they're in the World Series tied 1-1.
Because they got pitching, but they're not. They went
pitching in the playoffs. Plays.
Yeah, look what happened against the Astros. They had the Astros 3-0, and then the Astros almost took care of them. And the Astros are half as good talent-wise offensively as the Dodgers, so I don't see them.
Right, but we also talked about that. Now, they were going in that series, and they were having no off days. The no off days allowed the Dodgers to get to the World Series.
I agree,
but almost knocked the Rays out of the World Series.
I don't like them if they go down like 3-1, but if they win, Tampa wins. If it just goes back and forth in the series and goes 7, I like LA. I don't like LA if they got to come back from a 3-1. But if they go down 3-2, I still have faith.
So you like LA in a Game 7 against Snell?
Yes. I think they bring in Urias out of the bullpen for the Dodgers because he's been, he's one win away from the record for the postseason wins this season. I mean, that kid's been hot as hell.
Yeah, I think they need pitches 2 or 3 innings. He doesn't pitch.
Yeah, but if you get Kershaw to come in and throw 4 or 5, Buehler to throw 1 or 2, or Jansen for 2, and
you're putting your
for 3.
hopes on Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah.
I'm putting my hopes on Buehler in Game 7
in October.
Kershaw's 6, Buehler's 7. I'm going with Buehler in Game 7, but
I think they pitched Kershaw 1, so they can go Kershaw 1, 4, and 7.
I don't know if that's smart, but I mean,
it's not smart. It's not, and that's what I said before the game. Granted, it worked out for them in Game 1, but I don't feel like it's going to work out for them if they go 7, and it's his 3rd time pitching in the series. I don't like. For one, I don't like Kershaw in October. Kershaw's shown you over the course of his career he can't pitch in October, let alone in a Game 7.
That's also 162 game season. He hasn't had to go out there and perform 40 times this year. So it's
that's a fair point.
And everybody said the same thing about Price too, but then Price ended up turning it around too. I mean, all you need is one of those defining games that that just takes you from regular playoff to playoff P, as they would put it over there in Clipperland. But like it just takes that one game to just get into it too.
If Clayton Kershaw goes out in Game 4 and Game 7, and say he takes losses in both of them, is Clayton Kershaw a Hall of Famer?
Yes.
Yeah, he's still a Hall of Famer.
He's still Peyton Manning, but
I mean, yeah, but I mean, he's still a Hall of Famer for sure.
I don't know. I think you have a huge knock on him there, if for Hall of Fame consideration.
I don't know if you're gonna like my list then later.
Yeah, I think he's number 2 for career in like complete game shutouts. So I mean,
and he's also, he's won the Cy Young a couple times.
Yep.
I mean,
yep. All right. I mean, I guess we'll see it. Look, I like Clayton Kershaw as a pitcher. Clayton Kershaw is a stud. He just has not, for whatever reason, he can't pitch in October, and I don't know why. But he is a very good pitcher.
I think you could still get
borderline Hall of Fame. But
5 out of him in Game 7, and then go. I think you still can get 4 or 5 out of him in 7, and go with Urias for 3, and Jansen, and then bring in your actual bullpen on the 8th, 9th, if you got to bring him in the 7th. But yeah, no, I think
I'd be scared if that's their game plan.
It's 3 out of 4 years. They got to get over that hump eventually, and I think this is the year they do it. Mookie Betts.
Why the Bills never did?
Who else would they go with? I mean, who else would they go with realistically?
That's the Buffalo Bills.
Who else would they go with realistically? Or who else would you go to realistically though?
I'd go Buehler. What I would do is I would give Kershaw. I would see what happens in 3 and 4 first. I want to know what happens in games 3 and 4, and if I'm down in Game 5, if I'm down 3-1 in Game 5, then I'm pitching Buehler. If I'm tied 2-2, then I'm going with with Kershaw, and then I'm going with and then I'm saving Buehler for Game 7. Because if I'm tied 2-2, I'm hoping Kershaw gets me up 3-2, and then I'm pitching anybody but Buehler in Game 6. Because there's no way I'm letting it get to a Game 7 and not having Buehler or Kershaw available.
Right.
You just can't. You can't do that.
Yeah, I could see starting Kershaw in 5, so you have him out of the pen in 7.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we'll get to some more baseball talk later. So tonight on Man Hour After Dark, I will be on with Michael Buckheister and Wayne G of Infinity Sports, and I am going to be debating Wayne G, who says that Nolan Ryan is a top 10 pitcher of all time. I have him out of his mind. I don't even have him in my top 15. So him and I are going to debate that tonight. But here on the show tonight, I started thinking about it with the guys, and I was like, why don't we come up with our top 10 lists of greatest baseball players of all time? So
do you have him as
go
top
over that
10
here
in
in a little
fighting
while.
at least?
What's that?
Do you have him in top 10 for fighting at least?
Yeah,
Right.
he might be number one, or maybe even number 2 behind Kyle Farnsworth. Kyle Farnsworth was a beast.
I don't know, the Pedro with the old man Rivers in New York.
His opponent was 95 years old. So
that was still a sick Ole though.
Yeah, it was all right. So we've got some football stuff here going on tonight. We got the Thursday night football game. We got Jets Giants, and we also had some big news today out of the football world. Man, the Baltimore Ravens got better today.
Yes,
they got Yannick Ngakoue from the Vikings, and then they started saying, "Oh, we've got Dez Bryant is going to come and sign a contract."
Yeah.
What?
they got a lot better today.
Look,
Yeah,
if Dez Bryant is 1/5 of
2015.
Dez, but if Dez Bryant is 1/5 of what he was before he stopped playing football, they've got a pretty damn good wide receiver.
If he's a legitimate number 3 and he can give you legitimate number 3 numbers like I think Dez Bryant could give you, then you're doing all right because you don't need Dez Bryant to be the number 1 right now. You don't need that. What you need Dez Bryant to do is go into the back of the end zone, jump up about 8 feet, and catch the ball. That's what you need Dez Bryant to do for the Ravens right now.
Yeah, but he was in Dallas, and they're unbelievable. You think they let him go for no reason? I mean, Dallas could off. No.
Look at Dallas so huffy. Look at Dallas so huffy.
Why aren't they holding on to him? Because he's done. Just like our host.
Nah, he's not done. But
no, I'm still here. I was just giving.
See, just giving us a little leeway. He's just like a little platform.
Giving you guys a little bit of alone time so you guys can do your thing here.
He just threw it all off.
Yeah,
he's definitely past his prime, Huffy. But I'm saying, if you just need him for your 3 receiver, then you're doing all right when you have Dez Bryant.
I don't think he cracks their top 3.
Oh, yes, he does. Yes, he does. Who else does Baltimore have for receivers?
They don't need him. They got a running game. They got Jackson. They got Ingram.
Yeah, but Brown. It's not about needing him. It's about the rich getting richer.
They got their tight end.
The same thing with KC. The same thing with KC. They didn't need Le'Veon Bell either. But the rich get richer.
And watch what that cancer does to him. Just like this cancer.
No.
He's a cancer.
Look,
all he does is make them.
So you're telling me, Hoffy, you're telling me right now that Dez Bryant is not a better wide receiver than Miles Boykin, who is their number 3.
Yeah, no, not. I mean, does he have the chemistry with Jackson? I mean, has he been practicing with Jackson?
Come on, Hoffy. You're trying to tell me that Dez Bryant, being out of the league for 3 years now, is still not better than Miles Boykin?
Look what happened to Cam Newton with 1 practice in 2 weeks. They look like shit. This guy hasn't played in 3 years.
Yeah, but he hasn't played in 3 years.
It's going to take some time.
He hasn't been. Yeah, it's like riding the bike for it's like riding the bike for these guys though. It's not like me or you walking on the field and being like, oh, now we got to learn the route tree. We got to learn the whole playbook. We got to learn this. We got to learn that. Like,
I mean, Dez Bryant was a top 5 wide receiver at one point in his career. Miles Boykin will
wasn't Randy Moss.
Never. He's never going to be a top 5 receiver.
Look, I would rather say, hey, look, my options today are Willie Snead, Marquise Brown, and Dez Bryant over Marquise
I mean, maybe
Brown,
down the
Willie
line,
Snead,
but
and
not
Miles
right.
Boykin.
Not this week. He doesn't help them right now.
Well, no,
Maybe
not
he
this
helps
week.
them.
Obviously, he's not
And
going to
not even next week. I think this takes him several weeks, and I want to see him play. I don't
think so.
Because I've seen him on like Instagram and all these other things, and he's been working with quarterbacks and working out. So the workout factor is probably not going to be it for him to actually get into football shape. Yeah, it'll probably take him a good 3-4 weeks. But other than that, I think that this is a good pickup for the Ravens because you don't really need him to do all that much. Like I said, he just needs to go to the back of the end zone, jump up and catch the ball for him. That's all he needs to do.
New England, Seattle, Denver Broncos. There's been, the Raiders. There's been so many teams over the past several years that have needed wide receivers, and he's gone out there and tried out, and they don't even give him a welcome back. So, and this isn't the first time the Ravens gave him a shot. I'm pretty sure the last 2 seasons they've given him a shot, and he didn't make their roster then, and they had Boykin and the same roster that they have, this year offensively. So why couldn't he crack their team last year?
Look, I think the addition of Des Bryant is great, but I think the bigger addition was the addition of Ngakoue to that defense.
Absolutely, that's going to help, but I don't.
That is absolutely huge. And then I'm hearing rumors all over the place about Minnesota. Just having a fire sale. I was talking with a couple of guys of mine who are Minnesota fans. Joshua CV, who listens to the show all the time, says that there's rumors the Vikings are shopping Kyle Rudolph, Pat Elflein, Ryle Reif, Tajay Sharp. They're probably going to fire Zimmer, and they might even cut Cousins before his 2022 salary becomes fully guaranteed.
I'll take their tight end Smith.
I mean, that is a fire sale for
I
Minnesota.
heard Thielen as well today.
Man,
he's a Minnesota. Isn't he from Minnesota? I don't think they could do that. I think that's like.
I heard.
I don't know if they do that.
Honestly,
the Colts moved on from Peyton Manning.
Patriots moved on from Brady.
But they were also 40, 38 and 40 plus.
Well, Manning was still good in his prime. He was just coming off a freaking neck surgery.
Yeah, I would have.
They weren't sure he was ever coming back.
They thought that.
What do you do for Indianapolis that warrants him?
And they had Andrew Luck, who was their quarterback of the next 15 years.
Exactly. Whoops. I did that. We all 3 of us would have made that same move.
Oh yeah.
So sure. I was watching a Facebook video today, and it had if NFL quarterbacks played baseball, and they got to the point where they had Andrew Luck, and he goes, "Everybody loves me. I'm going to be so good. I can't wait." And he's taking his practice swings, and then he gets in the batter's box. He goes, "Wait, hold up, timeout." Calls time, and he goes, "I quit." And he walks off.
Those are some good ones. Those are some of the best ones I've seen.
I was cracking up.
The Roethlisberger one.
Up. Oh yeah. Oh my God, where he's coming out of the stall with. He says, "Hold on, stay right there, honey."
Hold on, coach.
That is horrible. All right, so we've got Thursday Night Football tonight with the Jets and Giants.
This is a great game. Who do you guys
got in this one? Who you guys got in this one?
I'm going with the Giants.
Woo!
2 weeks in a row, baby. Giants.
2 weeks in a row, the Giants, huh? That would be huge.
2 weeks in a row, the Giants.
That would be huge because then the winner of this division might actually be 5-11 as opposed to 6-10.
Right.
So, no, I said Daniel Jones was going to pull it out last week. The Giants pulled it out, not Daniel Jones. But 3 of his 4 wins are against the Redskins, and they are not playing the Washington football team.
No Miles Sanders tonight.
So no, I think you got Philadelphia, and I think they win their next 3 because their next 3 are against New York, Washington, and back against New York. So I think they're 4-1. And then we start hearing the Philly Peepers talk about how great their Philly team is. And,
after they win one game, or maybe 2.
No, 3 in a row. But,
three.
So they'll go 6-9-1, and host like Combs said. They'll probably be hosting the Saints and Drew Brees.
Can you imagine an 11-5 team having to go to this freaking shit show in Philadelphia and play a playoff game?
That's crazy, man.
Santa Claus is going to get beat up at that game.
Seriously.
So
They're gonna make him.
Speaking of-
They're gonna make him give himself swirlies, bro.
Speaking of the Jets, and I know Hoffy knows this. Jay, did you see what Trevor Lawrence said about the Jets?
No, I didn't. I heard
So-
that he had said something, but I didn't know what he said.
He says, and I quote, this is his quote from Bleacher Report, on if the Jets potentially pick him as the first overall pick. If you think I'm entering the draft this year, if the Jets have the number 1 pick, you're out of your damn mind. The team I'm on right now could beat that trash-ass team.
That's a bold comment, and it's funny as hell. It's funny as hell, but there's no college team that could beat an NFL team. I'm sorry, there isn't.
Look, man, have you seen
There
these
isn't.
Jets?
I call it competitive, but no.
As long as
There's-
if
there's
Gase
no-
is coaching this team, I'd give
No.
Clemson a chance.
No,
I bet it's
no.
closer than people think.
No,
I'm sure it's
not.
closer than people think, but
No,
this-
it's not.
the talent, the size, I know that
You
The
guys
Jets
fail
don't
to
have
remember that
talent.
these are the guys. So Trevor Lawrence is the guy that everybody's saying that I'm wrong about. This guy's not a bust, and
I
he's
mean,
he's a prototype
yeah.
quarterback. But
yeah, but he's still got to have
You're
those
talking-
receivers
but
got to
the-
get open.
This is the difference, though. Remember this right here. This is the difference about it. You're talking about all-world, all-pro athletes in the NFL compared to college athletes that are only some of them are going to be pro athletes again, or going to be pro athletes. I mean,
what's
yeah,
going
they're
on,
all
Alan,
good.
part-time nerd? Look,
They're
I
all-
get what you're
They're all
saying,
good at football. They're all good
I
at
get what you're
football,
saying.
but
but this
not all
Clemson team is pretty much comprised of,
yeah, I know. And a lot
I'd
of
say,
those SEC
probably 9 of
SEC
the 11 guys are going to be in the NFL next year.
Yeah,
or
and I
in the
know
next
that.
3
and,
years.
And a lot of those Alabama teams, everybody thought could beat a pro team as well. And those Alabama teams from a couple of years ago were a lot better than these Clemson teams that are playing right now. And those Alabama teams could still not beat the Jets.
You don't think those Alabama teams could have beat those 0-16 Browns?
No, I don't.
do. I
You're
do.
talking about an offensive line that's filled with all 300-pounders. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so is the college offensive line.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but the
but
strength
not-
is
but not
completely
all of them.
different,
but not all of them, though.
and not
We're
all
talking
of them,
about
for sure.
every single one of them is 300 pounds for the Jets. Yeah, there's.
Well,
gonna
if
be
you're
those
going to go
ones
that
are
way,
gonna-
I can say that these kids at Clemson are of the same ilk because they're going to be playing in the NFL here shortly,
but not all
and
of them.
they're
but not
younger
all of
and
them
they're
will.
faster.
But not all of them will be playing in the NFL. That's not a fact.
Which is-
On this
the
Clemson
people-
team, I'd
the
say about
Jets-
80% of them.
the Jets are all of them are already in the NFL. These guys might not even make it. Yeah, there might be 60, 70, 80% that might go on and play pro ball, but there's still 30 to 40% that are still not going to play. And those are the ones that are going to get smashed up. Those are the ones that you're going to see 10 touchdowns.
I see what you're
scored
saying.
on.
I'm just saying I think it would be closer than people think it would be.
I think it would be a blowout. I think it
I
would be a
think
blowout.
I think the Alabama teams would have kept it closer because they had a legit NFL defense.
Yeah,
you
some
know.
of those years they definitely did. Don't get me wrong. Some of those
But
years,
they're not beating the Browns still, but they definitely
Right,
keep those
right.
games close with that defense. But
Yeah.
the Clemson offense is unbelievable, but their defense isn't
Yeah, the defense
NFL
is-
caliber.
right? Their offense is really good. Don't get me wrong. Clemson's offense is really good. They can score on the Jets.
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
can
Those-
score on the Jets, but they can't put up enough points to beat the Jets.
All right. I mean, we'll never get to see it because it'll never
Yeah,
happen.
of course.
Although
course.
I think it should happen. I think the NFL should take its worst team of the year and force them to play a college team.
Or
The best
when
college
they-
team, the national champion versus the worst NFL team every year should be a thing.
or when the
Absolutely.
XFL comes back or whatever, the championship team from the XFL plays like the worst NFL team, and then if they beat them, they have to go down to the FXL.
He's with Adam Eilick, Cowdick, Gase at coach. They would lose to Clemson. Look,
No, they wouldn't.
I don't know if they would lose, but it would be a really close game.
It wouldn't be close.
They might
Cle-
be in,
Clemson
they might be
would
in the
score.
NFL, but how many other teams would they start for? Not many because they suck.
Clemson's got a pretty.
That's true.
I mean,
He's talking about the Jets. The Jets.
Oh.
Yeah.
players.
But they're all still in the NFL, though.
Yeah.
They're all still pros. You can't take it away from them. That's
There's
like
still
saying
just a
that's
skip
like
and a
saying-
rock throw across the river to the Giants.
that's like saying, Combs, just because you were a shitty Marine, you know, like.
Whoa. I've seen his medal. Okay,
My God.
he was decent.
Just because you were a shitty Marine doesn't mean you are a Marine.
Oh my God.
Just because you're a
As
shitty
you
Marine
get
doesn't
through your
mean you're a
next
shitty
sentence,
person.
you're about to get picked off. All right, guys. So we're going to take a quick break, and then when we get back from break, we'll get into the NFL Week 7 preview, and we'll do some game picks. We'll go over our spread with Professor Leonard, go over those picks, and his crazy pick of the week. Man, it is crazy.
Jay,
so
wait
stay
till you
with
hear
us
this.
here because you guys are going to go nuts when you hear this one.
And I got
Stay
my
with us.
list.
We'll be right back.
Make sure your dog don't eat that.
Here to fuck around, I don't run around with these clowns in the underground. I'ma put it down, you are now about to witness the sickness I hear from you until now. Talking about you gonna make a better record than a record that I'm making, you mistaken. I don't think you understand the levels to the shit, and I'm on levels you ain't never making. Elevate, never take a take for granted. For planet, about to panic. My love for rap so romantic. It hurts at first, that's volcanic. Hot as hell, but not satanic. In fact, I am fucking at it with these faggot ass rappers who just the crock. I let me at them. This is how I get away, ready to hit a day like an addict, need to hit it. Yeah, I'm a heavyweight with a feather on the pen in the game full of featherweight. Yeah, dedicate this one to everybody, told me quick, cause they think that I never make it, never hate. Straight facts, all that I ever say. Every day, lay back, stay back, I ain't playing. Fighting for my life, for my whole fucking life. Turn the beat up, drown the noise out every fucking night. It's time to deal with the voices in my head again. But how you supposed to heal when your sickness is your sedative? Music, every day, right? No shit, oh shit, so sick. You could call it music. Every day, right? No shit, oh shit, so sick. You could call it music. Started off so nice at first. Pick me up when I write a verse. But some of things went very wrong. Cause without you, I can't carry on.
All right. Our boy Mises there with music. All right, so we got Week 7 of the NFL coming up. We're going to go through game by game, pick our games without the spread. But first, I do my bet every week with Professor Leonard. We're going back and forth. I had the lead, then we were tied, and now he's got the lead. So we're going back and forth. He's up by one game. We've got 3 games we picked this week. The first one here is the 49ers and the Patriots. The Patriots are a 2-point favorite against the 49ers. You guys are both Patriots fans. What do you guys have in this game against the spread? So 2-point favorite for the Patriots. Jay, who you got?
I'm going with the Patriots. So I'm taking the points.
You're giving the points.
I mean,
Giving
giving the
up 2
points. My
points.
bad. I'm
Yep.
giving up 2
All
points. My bad. Sorry.
Coffee?
I think the 49ers are a little too banged up, so I'm giving the points, and I got the Patriots in this one.
Wow. All right. So Professor Leonard agrees with you both. He went with the Patriots, and he gave up the points. I'm going with the 49ers here, and I'm taking the points. I'm going with 2. It's going to be a close game. I feel like the 49ers are going to pull it out at the end. It's probably going to be a field goal game, whether it's the field goal gets them to a win by 1 or a win by 2 or a win by 3. I think that the 49ers pull this one out. 49ers are surprising a lot of people. I didn't think that they would beat the Rams the way that they beat the Rams, but they did. And
Jimmy
I
G's
think
a
that the
whole
Patriots
different quarterback in prime time, though.
Yeah.
But they're not in prime time.
My point exactly, Captain Obvious. They were in prime time against
He
the
was
Rams,
in prime
and he
time in the
showed
Super
up.
Bowl, and he looked like trash. What's your point? Like, I don't understand what you're talking about.
It wasn't complete trash. He was going to. I mean that Kansas City defense.
I've got the
that front made
49ers.
him.
I got the 49ers +2. The other next game we're picking is the Redskins and the Cowboys. Sorry, the Washington football team and the Cowboys. The Cowboys are a 1-point favorite in this one. I'm going with my boys. Going with the Washington, not Redskins anymore, baby. And I'm taking the 1 point. The Redskins are going to win this game outright. The Cowboys are in a spiral. They're going to continue to spiral. This Washington defense is going to eat them alive. They are insane against the run, and they're going to stay insane against the run. They're going to eat them up. They're going to eat up Zeke. They're going to stop him. They're going to force the redheaded wonder there, Andy Dalton, to throw the ball, and he's going to throw a few picks here. And so, look, I've got the Redskins +1. And Professor went Cowboys -1.
You
Hoffman,
said
what
you got their rushing defense for Washington as good.
Right. I think this is the same exact thing you said last week when
they're 24th.
Giants
They're
came
24th ranked. They're 24th ranked against the rush. Yes.
No, I said they're going to stop the rush. They're going to stack the box because they're not afraid of Andy Dalton.
Yeah, no, the inconsistent line of Dallas is going to hurt them, and Dalton's going to have to get it out in less than 1.5. But the Redskins are 24th against the rush, and I think Ezekiel Elliott gets it done. This Redskin quarterback is the play is inconsistent. So until I see some decent. I would love to pick the Washington, non-Redskins, but I got to see, and that's why I went with the Giants
the Cowboys
last week.
against the Cardinals. After what I saw of them against the Cardinals.
Yeah, but the Cardinals,
I'm not high on the pick.
The Cardinals are a decent team, though. I mean, it's not like they're not good. I mean, they're decent.
The Redskins are underrated. The Redskins are sneaky good, especially in this division.
They are, but
didn't they just
especially in this division.
So
Jay, you got the Cowboys too?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Cowboys for sure because I think that Andy Dalton's going to pull one out this week.
And then the last game that we went up against each other we have the Bears and the Rams. And we have the Bears. The Rams are a 6-point favorite on Monday Night Football.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I think the Bears win this one outright. So I am definitely taking the Bears. I am taking the 6 points. I am all over this one. The Bears are going to win this one outright. I don't know what everybody sees in Los Angeles. I don't know what makes you think that the way that they played against the San Francisco 49ers gives them a shot to go up against this Bears defense and score more than freaking 13 or 14 points against this team. It's not going to happen. The Bears are going to win this one ugly, like the Bears win football games, because that's what they do. Their quarterback does just enough to help that defense win, and they're going to win this one 20-13. So I'm taking the Bears. I'm taking the points. Professor Leonard took the Rams, and he gave up the 6 points. Jay?
Go ahead, Jay. Have at it.
I think the Rams are going to win, but I just don't think that, they're going to win that big. So I guess I'm taking the Bears here if I'm going to, go with anything. But
in order for the Rams to win this game, they have to win it big. You're not going to play a tight game with this Bears defense and win.
Not necessarily. I mean, because you got to think the Rams have an all right defense, better than average defense, and the Rams can put up points. I mean, yeah, the Bears do have a good defense, but their offense is not very good. And
the Bears defense makes the Rams offense be on the field. It's going to make the Rams defense be on the field more than they're used to being on the field, because that Bears defense is going to take the ball away from the Rams a lot in this game. Goff is not a very good quarterback. The Rams do not have a very good offense. I'm telling you right now, the Bears are going to win this game straight up. So
yes, the Bears are 5-1, but they are a horrible 5-1. I think that you see the record and you think that it's a little bit better.
No, I don't see the record. I see the games. I watch the games. Like I actually look at what I'm watching, and regardless of they're 6-0, but they just beat the Buccaneers. You're acting like they haven't beat anybody. They just beat the Buccaneers.
Yeah, but who else have they?
Who have the Rams beaten?
Who else
the
have
NFC
they beaten?
East. All their wins are against the NFC East.
Who have the Rams beaten? Exactly.
All against the NFC East. They lost to San Fran, who's banged up, and they lost to the Bills, who we saw in prime time against the Titans, who everyone
beat the Giants, they beat the Eagles, and they beat Washington.
Yeah, the Bills got beat by the Titans in KC.
Everybody's gotten beat by the Titans. Titans are undefeated.
Yeah, they're undefeated. So yeah, everybody's got beat by.
That's what I'm saying. And they beat up the Bills, who beat the Rams. So
I just,
I
I,
don't think
just,
so.
I just think that this Rams
So, Hoffy,
defense.
who you got in this one?
I'm certainly
Against the
not.
spread, not straight up. We'll pick straight up in a little bit.
I'm going straight up because I don't even care about those goddamn points. But I got the Bears winning this.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we'll see. So every week, Professor picks a crazy pick of the week. Now, I want to, before I go out and spew these words that are about to come out of my mouth, I want to put a disclaimer out there. This is not my pick. These are not my words on why this is a pick. This is Professor Leonard's pick. And this is Professor Leonard's logic for the pick. Professor Leonard's crazy pick of the week is the Raiders over the Bucks. Don't put too much stock in the Bucks win over the Pack. Pack had one bad game. The Raiders are actually going to challenge Kansas City for the West Division crown and make Kansas City a wild card team.
I
Go
honestly,
ahead, Jay.
I honestly don't think that's that crazy of a pick. You know, I mean, the Raiders are a decent team. It's not like they're
I
not
think the
decent.
game's going to be close. I don't think it's
Yeah,
a crazy
yeah.
pick for the game. The Raiders do have a chance to beat the Bucks. I won't disagree with that. The craziness comes when you say that they're going to challenge Kansas City for the West Division crown and make Kansas City a wild card team. Do you see that?
Oh no, Kansas City's not going to be a wild card team. No, but they could challenge them for the West. For the West, are they going to win it? No, they're not going to win it. But I think that they're neck and neck for a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, really.
All right.
I mean, because the
Okay.
Raiders aren't bad, and I don't know what their schedule looks like going forward, but if they pull out some of these wins on some of these teams, I mean, you saw KC's not unstoppable either.
So
because
the
they've-
Raiders
they've
moving
won-
forward
They've
they've
a
got the
soft
Buccaneers,
schedule.
then they got the Browns, Chargers, and Broncos. Those are all winnable
So-
games.
Those are all winnable games right there.
Yep. Then they got the Chiefs. Then they get the Falcons and Jets, both winnable games. So you know what? After looking at the schedule, I didn't look at the schedule before just now. After looking at the schedule, maybe they do have a chance. They've got a really soft schedule.
Yeah, but
They
Kansas
do.
City's got like those same exact teams. You got to think.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean,
KC has those same
and-
teams because they're in the
and
same.
they're one game up. So I think that the Raiders still finish at least 2 games back.
But
Of,
you never,
the Chiefs.
but you never know
No,
though.
so
KC,
Kansas City's
can come out
looks
and drop
way
a dub,
different.
though.
So Kansas City has the Broncos, Jets, and Panthers. The Raiders, the Bucks, the Broncos, the Dolphins, the Saints, the Falcons, and the Chargers.
Those are basically the same teams in different order.
See, that's Saints.
No,
that's
They get the Saints, who the Raiders don't get.
All right.
they just played.
And they get the Panthers, who the Raiders don't get. The Panthers are better
They,
than the teams that the
they'll beat the
Raiders are
Panthers
playing.
easily. They'll
I
easily
mean,
beat the Panthers. And who else was the other one?
You said the Saints was one of them, which if
They'll beat the-
Breeze
they'll
has
beat the
is
Saints,
playing,
I mean, who's the Chiefs only lost to this year? Hoffy.
The Raiders.
I mean, if the Raiders go out
so
and
if the
beat them
Raiders,
again,
right?
the Raiders
Okay,
could
cool.
the Raiders
14
could potentially finish their season. I could see them finishing their season with this schedule at 13-3.
They got to
So
finish
that means that
14-2.
the Chiefs can't lose any more games other than to the Raiders.
So
Yeah,
he
The
could be
Raiders
potentially
need to finish 14-2.
now
After
that
looking
you're-
at this, man, look, I don't think
Yeah.
Professor is that crazy anymore.
that's not that crazy. It's not that crazy.
It's the Raiders. They got what 3 offensive linemen right now because of COVID. So yeah, no, they're in trouble this week. I mean, if they even get to play the game, they say they're going to play the game, but they don't have their star left tackle who's not going to be able to protect. Who's going to protect Carr? That defense is going to eat them alive.
The football team, the Cowboys are unlike their third string offensive lineman. Zeke's still feeling effects from COVID. Gibson is going to get the ball out. The Rams suck. Bears defense is going to ball out. Part-time nerd says. Did he write this before the Raiders sent their whole offensive line home for COVID? Don't sleep on the Panthers. They are legit, and get CMC back soon.
Yeah,
That's
one
true
guy.
too. I mean,
One
the
guy.
Panthers have already been all right, and that's been without CMC.
I do like CMC with Teddy Bridgewater and then some talent around that team. I do think Teddy Bridgewater is a solid quarterback.
You got that now?
Let me get some water.
No receivers though.
That's what I'm saying. No, get some talent for receivers and
if they go
losing your middle linebacker last year sucked.
If they go out at the deadline, they get a receiver. I mean, Carolina might not be. I mean, be that bad. At least their offense.
So those are our picks against the spread against Professor Leonard. Now let's go with our picks straight up into Week 7. So we already picked this game here. You guys were both. No, I'm sorry. Me and Hoffy were on the Eagles, and Jay's on the Giants. Eagles are up 7-0 right now, heading into this with 4:20 to go in the first quarter. So let's get into the Sunday games. So we've got the Atlanta Falcons versus the Detroit Lions, and this one's an interesting one.
Woo! Combined 3 wins on the season. Hell of a game.
Yeah, but I think that, man, I would go with Detroit on this one. I think that the Falcons are that team that blows leads. I think that they'll get up and Matthew Stafford will do what Matthew Stafford does and keep it close, and in the end lead a game-winning drive for the Lions and win this one. So I'm going to go with Lions here. Hoffy?
Nope. I understand where you're coming from, but no, I got Atlanta in this. I don't the defense of Detroit is a little bit better than Atlanta and ranked like 21st compared to 31st, but their offense is absolute garbage. So no, I think they do put up
on Swift.
I think
Swift
they put
up like 500 yards in the last 2 games, hasn't he?
I think it ends up being a high-scoring game, but no, I don't think that they're going to get it done. I think Matty Ice gets it done in this one.
Jay?
I'm going with the Detroit Lions. I think honestly, Matty Ice and Stafford are kind of a wash when it comes down to it at quarterback. So after that, I go with
really?
look at the run game. Yep. Yeah.
I'd rather have Matthew Stafford than Matty Ice.
I mean, they haven't really.
I think Matthew Stafford will find a way to win you a game, while Matty Ice will find a way to lose you.
I kind of think, yeah, you're right there too. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of think that they're a wash. What are they?
Yeah.
None
take
of them.
Out take out the Super Bowl. That's not his fault. That was
right.
You can talk about the Dallas game, but that was Dallas. That wasn't necessarily Matty Ryan, and his coaching isn't helping him. The game plan, run the ball.
But like I said, this is going to come down to, I think, run game, and I think the Lions have a better run game. Both their defenses
much better run game.
You know what I'm saying?
Lions' offense is trash. Are you smoking crack over there? Hoffy, that's at you.
They're ranked 24th. No, I think he's agreeing with me. They're ranked 24th.
No.
Their rushers
with the
like
question
15.
marks. You think he's agreeing with you?
I didn't see the question marks till now, but yeah. How are they not trash? What are their ratings this year that tell you they're not?
The Lions' offense is
24th pass, 24th total offense, 22nd passing, 15 in rushing. Woohoo!
I just said they're going to win this game on the rushing attack, which is 15th in the league. Is it great?
I know. I'm arguing with the clown piece
it's
that thinks he's a nerd.
Play there.
Where'd Jay go?
We're losing Jay here.
Back.
All right.
Oh God.
All right. So we lost him there for a minute. Let's see if he looks like maybe he's back. You back?
Yeah, I'm back, man.
All right.
Just out for a second. You guys saw he lost me. Like, yeah, he's gone. He's like, he's gone. All happy.
All right. So then we've got. Another barn burner. You got Cleveland and Cincinnati.
Oh, jeez.
This is another one that I'm going to go against the grain here. Okay?
Oh, don't even do it, dude. Don't even do it.
I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, guy. You know who you should take right here. This should have been Professor's game right here, actually.
I think this is Joe Burrow's coming out party. And I think that this is the beginning of the end for Baker Mayfield. I think that they lose this game. I think Baker has a bad game against the Bengals, and I think that I've got the Bengals beating the Cleveland Browns this weekend. Jay?
No. Cleveland. Yeah, I'm taking Cleveland here. I mean, because I thought Joe Burrow was going to come out last week, and Joe Burrow did not come out last week. So I don't think Joe Burrow is coming out this week. I think he had a couple good weeks because defenses didn't know what to expect from Joe Burrow, but now they kind of got a little radar on him, and like they do with all rookies, they're just going to send a bunch of dudes at him, and before you know it, the Browns and Baker Mayfield, they're going to be storming down the field, and they're going to be winning. And I think this isn't even going to be a close game. I think the Browns are going to win by 10 or more points.
Hoffy, who you got?
These are two teams that are trending in opposite directions, with the Browns not looking so hot. But the Cincinnati Bengals 25th ranked defense does not get it done against this Browns team. And I know Cincinnati's losses have all been less than a score. So I think Burrows puts up points, but I think his defense doesn't help him out. And whether it's the run game of the Browns, who are actually good, unlike the fucking Lions, or maybe Baker Mayfield shows up for a game. But either way, that offense, whether they have to run the ball or throw the ball with Landry to Beckham, they're still fine.
So part-time nerd's still on the Lions, and he really wants us to talk about the Lions. Look, the Lions have Galladay week 1, and they beat the Bears in that game. I'm not sure because
I just took the Lions.
Kyle Fuller,
as long as they have Patricia, they're
is a shutdown cornerback, and so I took the Lions in that game because I thought the Bears were going to be worse than what they were in that game. Browns are 4-2. How aren't they looking good? They look like absolute garbage versus the Steelers last week. Absolute.
Yeah, but
granted,
it's the Steelers. Are the best team in football
it's the Steelers, right now. But the Browns are supposed to be that up-and-coming team in that division. They should have at least shown up, and they didn't show up at all. Baker Mayfield looked atrocious.
They just sunned them real quick. They were like, step down. We're still the kings of the division.
Yeah, but either way, last week they took a step back, and Cincinnati did not.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so then
Cincinnati
the next game, I think, is the game of the week. I think it's going to be the best game of the weekend. I think it's going to be back and forth, and it's Pittsburgh and Tennessee.
Oh, this is a good game.
This is going to be such a good ball game. Both teams undefeated. I said, and I agree with Matt Benz is number 1 on his power ranking. The Pittsburgh Steelers are the best team in the AFC. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure any team in the AFC can compete with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I've got the Steelers in this one, and I've got the Steelers winning this one, and it's going to be close. I've got the Steelers leading a game-winning drive at the end of the game with maybe 30 seconds to go, and Ryan Tannehill not being able to do much after that. I've got the Pittsburgh Steelers winning this one. It's probably going to be 35-33, something like that. Jay?
You're wrong. I'm going to go with the Titans because for the same reason I went with the Titans for last week. They are just going to pound the rock with Derrick Henry. And by the third quarter, the Steelers are not going to want to tackle this dude. And he is just going to keep running all over him time and time and time again. Is this a blowout? No, not by any means. But Tennessee wins by a touchdown.
They're giving up 66 rush yards a game. They're number 2 in defense and rushing. They're not going to get tired of having to tackle this guy.
This is a different animal you are talking about.
They're in the AFC North.
This isn't a regular running back you are talking about here.
This is the AFC North. They play some hard-nosed, smash-mouth football. I know they don't have Derrick Henry in there.
It doesn't matter Baltimore. It doesn't matter Steelers. When that man is coming down at you, north and south, all game long, trust me, when the third quarter comes, you are not going to want to tackle this man. And it's been proven time and time again.
You've already come at me and talked about a shitty Marine. All I just heard you say over the last 5 minutes was Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry.
The Steelers are going to gangbang him
one.
all game long. He's not getting 200-plus yards like he did last week.
I don't think he's going to get 200 yards. I don't think he's going to run for that much, but he's getting over 100 yards. And he's going to be closer. And he's going to be closer to 150 yards than he is closer to 100 yards.
No.
Trust me on this one.
He's going to eat. He'll probably touch 100, but that's about as high as he's going to get, just like –
all right, Huffy.
I mean, hopefully as high as you are. But no, I got the Steelers in this one. I mean, I think the Steelers are just, like we said, they're just number one right now. And until they we've said it all year long, until Kansas City gets beat, they're there. And like I'm going to say it now, until Pittsburgh gets beat, they're number one. So
you heard it here first. And remember, I told you this, Jay, on Sunday. You heard it here first. Derrick Henry runs for under 75 yards against the Steelers.
You are
under
dead
75
wrong.
yards.
You are dead wrong.
All right. We will see on Sunday.
Yes, we
will. All right, moving on to the next game here. We've got Carolina and New Orleans. Oh, man, this is another tough pick. New Orleans has been down, but they do get Michael Thomas back, supposedly. Been down for that ankle, plus, I guess, some discipline reasons. They've been holding him out. So it's a different ball game, a different offense for New Orleans when he's in. No CMC this weekend still for Carolina. So I'm going to go with New Orleans in this one. I think it's probably a 23-20 type game, but I'm going with New Orleans in this one. Hoffy?
Yeah, they got a half-game lead on the Panthers, and they really do need this one. And off a bye week and having their roster back healthy, I think they look good and they get the W this week.
Okay. Jay?
I really want to take Carolina on this, but I don't see any way that I really can. And if I was going to take Carolina, I guess that would be my crazy pick of the week. But I don't think I can do it, so I'm going with New Orleans here. Yeah, and they got everybody. They got everybody back. They're all healthy now. I mean, they're just coming off a bye, like Hoppy said. They got Michael Thomas back. Breeze's little how would you put
security
that?
Blanket.
Yeah, his little Bubba. So,
and then the next game we don't even have to talk about. We're all taking Buffalo over the Jets, right? None of you guys taking the Jets, right? This game we don't even need to talk about this game.
No.
And then we've got the NFC East. Dallas and Washington.
Atrocious.
Dallas and Washington. I'm taking Washington in this one. I think it's a close game. I think that they stack the box. I think that they make Andy Dalton beat them, and Andy Dalton is not a quarterback that's going to beat you. So I'm taking the Washington, not Redskins anymore, in this one, in a close one. Jay?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Washington too. I hate to agree with you because I don't like doing it, but but yeah, I just think like for the reasons why you said as well, they're just gonna stack the box, make Andy Dalton throw the ball 50, 60 times, and we all know that Andy Dalton can't throw the ball 50, 60 times. He just did it last week, 266 yards, 2 picks, 1 touchdown. Ain't going to cut it. I think Alex Smith is a little bit better of a quarterback, and I think the Washington football team has got it this week.
No, their 24th ranked. Their 24th ranked defense in rush isn't going to be enough to stop Ezekiel. You can stack the box all you want, but that man's actually going to eat this week. Unlike Mr. Henry, I got the Dallas Cowboys.
All right. So then, moving on, we've got the Green Bay Packers.
Henry's going to have a better game than Zeke.
Nope.
No.
You're smiling over there because you know. You're smiling over there because you know. The minute I said it, you smiled because you know what's going to happen.
I smile because
Derrick Henry's going to run.
I think they're both going to have the same 60. I think they're both going to have the same 60-yard game.
No.
All right, now we know who's really high on this show.
Yeah, right. You've been smoking the devil's lettuce.
So we got Green Bay and Houston. I'm going Packers here. Houston's reeling. They're just not. They're not as good as I thought that they'd be. I thought they were better than people were giving them credit for. I had them at like an 8-8 or a 9-7 on the season. They're not that good.
No, their defense is bad.
Wait a minute. Weren't you just
So I got
arguing
Green
like
Bay.
last week or the week before about how Houston's a lot better? than
I
people
thought the
think they
firing
are?
of Bill O'Brien. I thought the firing of Bill O'Brien would spark something in them. I was wrong. I mean, admit
Watson
when I'm
had
wrong.
four
I was
passing
wrong.
touchdowns last week, so I mean, lit a
Yeah.
fire under Watson.
Well, yeah, but Watson's always going to do
because
his thing.
he's the next one to
But-
go.
Yeah, that defense is horrible.
New England.
So I'm
Yeah,
going
baby.
Green Bay here. I'm going Green Bay big. Jay?
Yeah, I'm going Green Bay as well. I just don't think that Houston has enough to even play with them, and I honestly think Green Bay wins this big, like
Yep.
Yeah, this is going to be a
15,
huge bounce
15 or
back.
more. 15 or more.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers eats this 28th ranked defense alive this week and has a bounce back game after a poor
I agree.
performance last week, and
Rodgers probably
Right.
has over 400 this week.
So
I could see 5 touchdowns,
Professors-
400 yards.
Professor's crazy pick of the week. We have Tampa Bay versus Las Vegas. I am not with the Professor on this one. I do not see Vegas pulling this one out. I have Tampa Bay winning this one. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. It's going to be a Brady shootout, and I think Brady does what Brady does, and he finds a way to lead a fourth quarter comeback and win this one.
Yeah, they're 24th in total defense, 25th in pass, 22nd in rush. So that's not going to get it done against the Bucks, and the Bucks defense, as we saw last week, they're real. So
Yeah.
unless they run into your lovely Bears, I don't see anybody.
That front seven for the Bucks is nasty.
Yeah, absolutely. Jay, you got Bucks
Yeah,
too?
I'm going Tampa Bay here as well. I just, I like the Raiders. Don't get me wrong, I do, and I just always have this thing with Derek Carr. Like, it's just like at the wrong time, he always just does something wrong. Like, just
Yeah,
like
I agree.
it's a
I
pick
agree.
or a strip sack or it's
Yep.
just something happens with Derek Carr. He's just, I don't know. He's very reminiscent of his brother. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but he is.
All right.
He's
so-
better than his brother.
I'm not saying that he's not better than his brother. I'm just saying he's reminiscent of his brother. His brother was a very good quarterback as well, but it was always something with him as well. It was like,
Yeah.
for
He's a
instance,
better,
like the picks or
broadcaster.
the strip sack. Yeah, for sure.
So then we have Denver and Kansas City. Denver coming off that huge win against the New England Patriots.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
and, and at home against the Kansas City Chiefs. As much as I'd like to pick Denver to pull off 2 upsets in a row, the Kansas City Chiefs are gonna absolutely annihilate the Denver Broncos in Denver.
They got their shiny new toy this week too, right?
Yeah, I
think
mean, it's a
so.
divisional game. Denver always finds a way to play them tough, but I just Kansas City's too good. Kansas City's gonna pull this one out. Kansas City.
I
wins.
see Le'Veon Bell just having a hell of a game. I see them getting him going, putting him into the offense, and getting him acclimated. And I see Le'Veon Bell and the Chiefs having a big game.
Do you think they have 200-yard rushers in this game?
No,
I mean-
no.
No, because that defense is decent in Denver. So no, I don't think they're going to give up 200 plus rushing yards. But
So what you're saying is they're going to give the ball more to Le'Veon Bell than they're going to give it to Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
I think so. I think this game they're going to try just get him some touches, and yeah, I think this is. And I don't think it's a good thing for him. But yeah, I
Yep.
think because we've talked about it. Why are you bringing this guy in when you have the running back that you have? But I think this is where we start to see they completely just make the wrong moves and kind of go into the Le'Veon Bell, shiny new toy.
Go ahead, Jay.
So I think that the reason why KC brought Le'Veon Bell in was to come out of the backfield and catch passes. I don't think they're gonna use Le'Veon Bell to run the rock that much. Like, yeah,
I agree with that, but I think they're going to do both this
here
game.
and there. But I think they brought Le'Veon Bell in for his pass catching ability. Because I mean,
Yeah, and that's the one knock on Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Exactly.
I agree, but I think they're going to get too happy with keeping him in there and giving him the ball as well. Oh, he just caught a screen for 25 yards.
They know what they have in Hilaire. They know what they have in Hilaire. They know he's a stud. They know he's the stud, but they just know that he can't catch the ball, or he's not there, or he's not there yet. He's not surefire hands yet, and so that's why they brought in Le'Veon Bell. They know Le'Veon Bell can catch the ball and he can get some yards after the catch. So,
you also know Andy Reid can't manage a game clock, so we'll see how he does with
luckily for the Chiefs, Andy Reid doesn't need to manage the game clock because the Chiefs are blowing everybody out.
Yeah.
Until they see the Raiders.
All right, so then we've got your guys' game. Call it your guys' game because it's your New England Patriots against the San Francisco 49ers. I think the San Francisco 49ers win this one in Foxborough. I think it's a close game, but I think the 49ers pull it out and win this one probably by, 1, 2, 3, somewhere in that area. Close game, but I think San Francisco pulls this one out. What do you guys got? I'm going to go out on a limb and say you both got freaking New England.
Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, I got the Patriots. The 49ers are too hurt, man. I mean, yeah, they had a good game last week. Jimmy G had a good game, but Jimmy G is very inconsistent. He has a couple good games, dud. Couple good games, dud. So he's very inconsistent. San Francisco's still very hurt, and I just don't see them pulling it off. Like, I know New England, their offense isn't, the greatest, but they still have a bunch of weapons. And you got to remember, Cam is a double threat coming out of the backfield as well. So you got to stop Cam. You got to stop White. You got to stop Burkhead. If they can get some of these receivers going, if Julian Edelman would stop freaking dropping the fucking ball and or
get open,
that'd be nice too. And N'Keal Harry, if he could learn the freaking playbook and maybe run an actual route, because he honestly, and I'm still so pissed about this, because when we picked in the draft, I wanted to take Metcalf. That's who I wanted. I wanted DK Metcalf.
I agree.
And then they went with N'Keal Harry, and I was like, who the hell is this guy? I've never even heard of him. His stupid name pops on the screen. This guy cannot run a route to save his friggin' life. He can't catch the ball. And
which they said was his specialty, was catching and routes.
Right.
And he
can't run a route to save his life.
No, that route last game and that last play.
Right, and that's the thing I mean about college and pros. Like, yeah, maybe he was a great receiver when he was in college. He could run freaking, outs and flies and all that freaking dumb shit. But when he comes into the NFL, he can't run a route to save his damn life.
All right, Hoffy, who are you taking?
Well, seeing as how I'm in San Francisco, I got to go with my home team, right? I'm going with not happening. I'm going with the Patriots. I think Cam Newton has a good game this week. He even came out and said that he's been hurting this team the past couple of weeks. So I think he comes out and has a game. There's a lot of talk about us going after that tight end from Philly and Ertz for Joe Thuney. So maybe our offensive line has a game and Joe Thuney looks like a decent trade piece, and then we can get some help for our offense. But I still think we definitely need some help with the receivers. On the IR? Did they?
I think Ertz is hurt.
Yeah, they just.
I thought they
were. The Patriots need to go.
Smith
out
and
get
Vikings.
a receiver.
Yeah.
I want him to go out and get. I want him to go out really. All right. If this is what I could really have. 1, Julio Jones. 2, Will Fuller. 3, Adam Thielen.
What's going on, Chip? Thanks for joining the show, buddy.
A little late today, Chip.
Yeah, Chip.
All right, so I'm so tired of hearing you talk about. I wanted them to take DK Metcalf, and they announced N'Keal Harry.
Okay, freaking Mr.
God, there's so many other teams that have had so many other bad draft picks, and you're worried about N'Keal Harry instead of DK freaking Metcalf.
We could have had Mahomes, but we took Trubisky.
Watson. could have had Watson, Mahomes. You could have had freaking. You could have had
Talking about
Lamar
the Bears.
Jackson. You could have had any of those.
The Bears. And Lamar Jackson went 28 that year, so no, we couldn't because we pick at the end of the draft. 32 because we win Super Bowls. Combs.
Not for the next
And
15,
not
20
only
years.
that,
You won't.
not only that, we trade out because we're that damn good that we don't need first round picks.
No, we need
Okay.
first round picks. We
Yeah.
just need
You
to know
don't-
how to
You're
use
that
them.
damn good. You're that damn good that you're out here complaining about their draft picks.
Yeah, at
We need to
32.
learn how
Alright.
to use them.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
took him at
All right.
32.
At any rate, moving on.
Nick Casario's
We've
gotta
got
go.
the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Los Angeles Chargers. Another game I don't really want to talk about. I've got the Chargers in this one. Anybody going with Jacksonville?
Why don't you want to talk about the Chargers? You're in love with Herbert. Guy's a
I do love
future
Herbert.
star.
I think this is a dud game. I think that the Chargers win this one and win this one big. I think it's not even
Oh.
close.
Fun little fact. Fun little fact, right? 2017 AFC game, right? Patriots, Jaguars. Calais Campbell, and how do you pronounce his name?
Not even gonna try.
I can't pronounce his name. The
Combs,
dude,
you got it.
Combs, you got
What?
it. The dude that they just picked
They-
up.
they traded
for him
Baltimore.
Yannick
Agagwe.
Ngakoue. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Those were your two last defensive ends that the Jaguars had in 2017, and now they play for Baltimore. Just a little fun fact.
All right, so who do you got in this game? Jacksonville?
No, I got the Chargers, man.
See, that's what I want to talk about. This game's not even going to be close. Hoffy, do you got Jacksonville?
No.
All right, moving
No.
on.
All their losses combined is by like 18 points or one score or less.
Seriously.
You know, so yeah, no, the Chargers
Yeah.
are gonna take care of business in this
That's
one.
why I just gave you a little fun fact, though. You know, because
This
if
is like
there's
the-
nothing else, if there's nothing else to talk about for the game, might as well have a fun fact.
So moving on to the flexed Sunday night game of the week, we've got Seattle and Arizona. This one's going to be a good one.
Good game right
but
there.
I still think Seattle pulls it out. Seattle's better than Arizona. And I trust Russell Wilson to pull one out in a close game more than I trust Kyler Murray. So I'm going with Russell Wilson and the Seahawks here. I do think it's a close game, probably a 6-7 point game. But I'm going Seattle. Hoffy?
Yeah, 32nd ranked defense is hopefully got some help during maybe they got some help with injuries and such during their off week, but I think they still get it done because I think the Cardinals are still working on getting some of the kinks out of their out of their offense and still trying to gel.
Yep. Jay?
I'm actually going to go with the Cardinals. They were pretty impressive last week, and I mean Kyler Murray.
Eight completions.
But I mean, if he can start running on that Seattle defense, which isn't very good. I mean, you guys said it week in and week out now that
I agree.
Seattle's
I agree.
defense isn't really good. If he starts running on that defense and he just throws a couple good passes like you saw him do the other day, I mean, I think this Seattle defense is very vulnerable, and if Kyler Murray can run on them, they have a very good chance of winning this game.
Jay,
So-
their defense is ranked 7th in the rush. That he ain't running nowhere on that Seahawks team. He can throw on them
he's
if
quick,
he wants,
man.
but 8 completions ain't getting that done.
He's quick though, man. He gets around that corner and he's gone.
Professor Leonard.
He says, "Hello, Combs and Hoffy." There's a well, I mean, Jay, the man gave you a compliment in the last episode, and then
No,
you
it
threw
wasn't.
shade at
I
him.
wasn't trying to.
Boom.
No, I wasn't trying to throw shade at him at all. I was just trying to
Oh,
figure out
you
what his
threw a-
friggin' degrees in.
You threw shade at him.
No, I said I want to know what
Dumped
his
a whole
degrees
bucket
in.
of Gatorade of shade.
No way, man. All I said is I want to know what his degrees in. That's it.
Oh man.
Here, have some haterade.
What's going on, Professor Leonard? Hey, Professor
up,
Leonard.
Professor?
So, if you're just now joining the show, we were talking about your crazy pick,
Your
and at
picks were
first when you
trash.
gave me your pick about about the Raiders, I was like, man, this guy's
were
out of his
horrible.
mind. There's no way they're competing with Kansas City. And then we went through the schedule, and you're not really that crazy
Yeah.
after all.
Yeah.
The Raiders absolutely
got
have a
Derek
chance
Carr.
to compete
He
for
finds
the
a way.
AFC West. So.
Derek
All right.
Carr finds a way to lose them game. Or
So
two.
the last game is the
maybe
Monday
even
night
4.
game. It is the Bears and the Rams. You guys all know where I'm going. The Bears do enough to win this game again. The defense does enough to stop the Rams. Nick Foles does enough to put 20 points on the board, and the Bears win this one 20-13. Jay, what do you got?
I'm stealing Professor's skit, and it's now mine. Jay's crazy pick of the week is the LA Rams.
How is that a crazy pick? They're favored by 6 points.
LA
You're
Rams.
fired from Crazy Picks of the
LA
Week.
Rams.
You're
Jay's
fired from Crazy Picks of the
it's
Week.
My crazy pick of the week.
Jay,
You
they got
just
3
took
wins
Professor
this year.
Leonard's job.
The reason why I'm making it my crazy pick of the week is I want to piss off Combs. So
Jay,
I'm just taking the
have
Rams
you ever-
to piss off Combs.
Have you ever seen that movie,
Crazy.
Something About Mary? Have you ever seen that movie, Something About Mary?
Oh,
Step into
man.
my office. Why? Because you're fucking fired.
I don't watch gay movies, so no, I haven't seen that.
Oh, man, then you don't know what you're missing. Hoffy.
Oh man, I'm pretty sure they already played the entire NFC East, so they got their 4 wins, and that's about as much as they're gonna have after this week when they get done playing the Bears. I don't think they can get control on this defense in the Bears, and I don't think they pass. I don't think they run on them. I don't think they. I think it's ugly. I think it's like a 13-17 game, 13, 20, 23 points maybe. But yeah, I think it's an ugly. No, Bears all day. As much as I want to shit on Combs, I
you guys are
can't.
about to be very disappointed.
So those are our picks
Especially
of the
you,
week.
Coombs.
Bet on them at your own risk, as Professor Leonard would say. Bet on
Hey.
them at your own risk. Those are our picks,
I would
not
take
your
this
picks.
list. I would take this list right here to Vegas. Easy money.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't.
Oh,
All right, guys. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we are going to
Oh,
get into our top 10 baseball players of all time list. And I guarantee you we do not have the same lists. So
Dustin
stay with
Pedroia.
us. We're going to be yelling a lot. Jay's got 10 Red Sox on his list. It is crazy. We will talk to you guys
12
in just a
actually.
little bit here.
Jay, you only need 10.
Stand back! Stay behind the barricade! We will use force if necessary! Shut the fuck up! Yeah, rap, don't run away. I promised that I put the gun away, but I didn't promise that I wouldn't pull out a bomb, hold that shit in my palm and hit that in it. Don't see alarm. Don't be alarmed. Not me at least. Cause I am heavily armed. I'm to the teeth, it's among me fatigues. You don't want it with me, better leave it alone. When I walk in the scene here and hollering and screaming, it's probably the demons that call my head home. First time my words rhyme like I invented English. Please pardon my French, but this how I pen in English. I sat on a bench for long enough, I am finished. Don't fuck with me, trust me, you start shit, I finish. So if you rap, you might wanna take your ass back home with your whack poems that lack backs in the road with no backbone. I can't condone lying, I came from an era where character meant something, so I'm here headhunting. Get on my tail, you and by you, I mean you listening to this right now like, man, fuck this dude. I got like 4 homies that rap, fuck your homies. I don't need more homies, no homo, bitch, blow me. Fuck y'all who won't go on waging until all my wages get hit on a whole new world order. Come take my shit, can't this shit, this ain't shit. I'm so sick, impatient, man, I can't wait to hit y'all in the head with this. Y'all end up dead if you get in the way of me paying my permission. Y'all end up pretty shit, my fuck.
All right, so we are back, boys. All right, guys, you guys ready for this? Let's get into it. We'll run it the same way that we run our power rankings with Benz and Reeves from Twist. And
We need that microphone.
Yeah, we need that little echo. We'll run 10 through 6. Each one of us will go. Jay, you want to start?
Sure. Okay, so I did this a little bit different, okay?
I assume so.
I went All right, so I went with the top 10 players I've seen play. Because you're going to talk about people like Babe Ruth.
How did you even
Honus
come up with 10
Wagner,
players?
This guy.
Well, I mean, I told you you were
All
going to
right,
have 10 Red
top
Sox.
10.
Damn it.
Mark McGwire.
Top 10 of the 21st century. Let's put it that way. Okay?
All right, perfect.
Top
All right, Jay,
10
go with it.
Of the 21st century. This is how we're going to do this. And
Don't
number
forget
10.
Benny.
At number 10, I have Clayton Kershaw.
Oh,
Nope.
my God.
We're talking about the top 10 of the 21st century. We're not talking about all time. Clemens is better.
He's not even a top
Then
10
him.
pitcher of the 21st century. Oh,
yeah,
my
he is.
God. Jay, go ahead. Number 9.
Ready? Ready? Are you ready?
God.
Win-loss, 175 and 76.
You are worse than Benzie.
2.43 ERA. 2.43 ERA. 1.003 whip. 2,526 strikeouts. 2,333 innings pitched.
Hey,
and
Jay.
69.6
as you're pointing out stats, Jay, as you're pointing out stats, and you went there, what does whip stand for? Oh, he froze.
Number 9. Number 9.
Moving on.
Oh, moving on.
Number 9 is. Oh, we're having a little blast on Jay now, are we? Oh, okay.
No, I'm just laughing at this clown.
Go ahead. I'll mute my mic. Go ahead.
Number 9, Manny Ramirez.
Woo!
Number 8, Roy Halladay.
Ooh.
Number 7, Alex Rodriguez. Number 6, David Ortiz.
Come on, he's got to be number 1.
No. I love me some Ortiz, but Combs, the 21st century.
Dude,
Think
and
about
you
the
still messed that up.
21st century.
And you still messed that
Hey.
up. I mean, what you got at number 2? Jason Varitek?
It's my top 10 list.
Oh, Jesus.
You act like these guys are bums.
At number 3, Kevin Millar. What?
Giddy up.
What are we doing here, Jay? Oh my
Cowboys.
God!
Woo!
All right, Hoffy.
All right.
Let's. All right, Hoffy, 10 through 6, buddy. Go ahead.
Number 10, Randy Johnson. No, I got Roger Clemens at number 10.
Who was number 10?
Okay.
Roger Clemens with his 7 Cy Youngs, 3rd in strikeouts, and I think it's very rare for a
Wait,
pitcher to win an MVP, which he did.
How many games have you seen Clemens pitch?
I've actually seen him live in Boston. So I was maybe like 6 years old,
Yeah?
but I've actually seen him
What,
pitch
were you
several.
3?
I actually saw him in Toronto.
Hey, with
And in
three?
fact, if
do
you
you
want to
remember?
call my
do you
father, I
remember
have
it?
He was pitching
Do you
until
remember
like
that?
2007, Jay. What were you, 4 in 2007?
Yeah, and I also remember running the bases at the Sky Dome after the game after watching Roger Clemens pitch.
You didn't do that.
I did. I'll have to get the
got robbed
picture
out-
for you.
You got robbed outside of the Sky Dome by some Torontoans before you even got there.
Come on. I was 8 years old. I would have taken the whole
Yeah, they kicked your
time.
ass. They kicked your ass.
All right,
and
so
they
Roger
stole your
Clemens
ice
at
cream.
number 10.
Oh yeah, sorry. We're doing my top, mine. Thank you.
These lists are horrible. All
What
right,
do you mean?
At number 9. At number 9.
My list is the
What?
best.
Walter Johnson.
What?
Are you all right with that? This
I am.
This is.
I
for
didn't.
you,
I didn't put
Jay.
any. Look, I didn't put any pitchers on my list just because
I know.
when I think of ball players, I go for like all around.
I
I think
agree.
pitchers are a separate list.
I
but
agree,
go
and
ahead. I mean,
Yeah, I had to just because I thought that I kind of had to have
Yeah. Hey, Walter Johnson is a beast. I mean,
Honus
one
Wagner.
of the top 3 pitchers of all time. Honus Wagner. Yep.
Yeah. And number 7.
Because you were alive in 1946 to watch him play.
I actually did my research.
It's not about whether or not we said greatest baseball players of all time. Not greatest baseball players since Jay was born in 2004.
That's right. Let's do this.
Jesus.
So we all know that, I have a keen eye for the ball and I don't ever strike out in softball. And neither did your boy.
Strike out on the field, but you strike out with the ladies, and that's what Coombs told me.
That is not what Coombs told you. And
hey, Combs, your guy. I think you know him, Stan Musial. That's my number 7.
Stan the man.
Stan the mother effing man. Number 6.
I agree with that.
Mr. Ty Cobb.
Huh.
All right. Look, I don't have a problem with your list. I've got both of those guys on my list. I have them a little bit higher than you do, but I have both of those guys on my list.
You can't have them higher than the other 5.
At number 10, I have Rogers Hornsby. Probably the best second baseman the game's ever seen.
What about Ozzie?
He finished his career batting .358. So Rogers Hornsby is at number 10. Rod, give me a break. Jay, you don't even get to talk baseball anymore after this show.
Dustin Pedroia.
That's probably his number 1.
No, it's not.
Jeez, I'm crow. All right, at number 9, I have Mickey Mantle.
You're just mad because my list is better than yours.
Ooh. Yeah, all right. I have Mickey Mantle at number 9. Yeah. Mickey Mantle he's Mickey Mantle. The definition of a 5-tool player. He is. If you had to watch Mickey Mantle now, it's Mike Trout. Mike Trout is Mickey Mantle right now.
I had him at 9, but I put the 2 pitchers in there, which is why he ended up going to like 11-ish.
It's a definition of a 5-tool player.
At number 8, I have Lou Gehrig. Lou Gehrig, first baseman, great ball player for the Yankees, unbelievable stats. This guy goes on and on and on. So I got him at number 8. I got Ted Williams at number 7. Maybe one of the best pure hitters of all time. He's probably a top 5 hitter of all time. A lot of Boston fans will tell you that he's the greatest hitter of all time. That's not true. My
biggest asshole of all time, for sure.
Is the greatest hitter of all time. But Ted Williams is the top 5 hitter of all time for sure. Then at number 6 we have Hank Aaron. Hank Aaron was a ball player that a lot of people don't think of as being a top 10 player. They don't think of him as being more than a power hitter. But Hank Aaron was the real deal.
Gold gloves.
Great outfielder, gold glove outfielder. The guy could absolutely rake at the dish. So I have Hank Aaron at 6.
He made the All-Star game 21 straight years.
All right,
also, Jay, timeout. I got one for your Clayton Kershaw there, buddy. So,
Triple Crown winner.
Yeah, no, whatever. Walter Johnson has 110 complete game shutouts. Number 2 would be your boy Clayton Kershaw with 15. So how is he in your top 10 when Walter Johnson is my 9?
Because he went 21st century. He went guys that he was actually able to watch. So he's got 3
times Cy Young.
Oh my God. All right, so Jay, I'm gonna go ahead and mute my mic
because how do you base something on somebody you've never seen play? That's just where I went with it.
I'm gonna mute Hoffy's mic.
I saw these guys play.
I'm gonna let you go with your top 5. Let's go.
So at number 5, I have Ichiro. Number 4, Albert Pujols. Number 3, Derek Jeter. Number 2, Miguel Cabrera. And Jay's number 1 ball player that he has seen play, unlike Hoffy and Combs, Barry Bonds.
How do you not have Nomar in front of Jeter?
Can't do it. Jeter's better than Nomar.
You are out of your mind!
Jeter's better than Nomar.
Jeter was not better than Nomar.
Jeter's better than Nomar.
No, he was not.
Jeter is better than Nomar.
Have at it. Have at it, Combs.
And I am a Red Sox fan till the end, but Jeter was better than Nomar.
No, he was not.
Yes, he
This
was.
He had a
about the
long, he had a
only
longer
argument you
sustained
can-
career, and he didn't
That's it.
have the injuries that Nomar had. That's all that he had. But he was
He
not
was-
a better
he
ball
was
player
more-
than
he was
Nomar.
more
Nomar was a
clutch.
far
He was more
superior
clutch.
defensive shortstop.
He was more clutch than Nomar. Derek Jeter was.
What?
What?
You don't think that Jeter wasn't more clutch than
Sit down,
Nomar?
son.
How many
No.
big games did Nomar even play in?
So because
Think
he was
about
on a
this.
bad team?
Well,
Yeah,
that's like saying LeBron
Exactly.
because he played 20 years over, Michael Jordan. When Michael Jordan went 6-0. No, not happening.
Derek Jeter
Come on.
was a
Derek
better
Jeter,
ball player.
Derek Jeter
Yes, he was.
couldn't put up
Yes,
the
he
offensive
was.
numbers that Nomar put up in his prime. Nomar
Derek
hit
Jeter, okay? Derek
when
Jeter,
he in his
okay?
prime in
307.
'97. Nomar hit 306. Then he went up to 323.
Okay.
Then he went up to
Career average.
357. Then he went to
Okay.
372 the year before he got hurt.
All right.
What are you?
Jeter was better. Jeter was better.
No, he wasn't.
Hands down, Jeter was better.
No, he
played
wasn't.
in
Now,
more
now I'm
meaningful
now I'm
games.
muting your mic.
In the prime? No.
Go ahead, Hoffy. What's your 5 through 1, Hoffy?
Number 5, Mark McGuire. No. So number 5, I got Hank Hank Aaron. Number 4, even though I think he's one of the biggest, jerks that probably ever's walked this planet, Ted Williams. And then I know this is going to make you upset, especially Jay too, because we already know what his number 1 is. I got Barry Bonds at 3, Willie Mays at 2, and
Oh my
King.
God.
Come on, and King Ruth number 1.
All right. At number 5, I have Stan Musial. This was a debacle of a segment. I have Stan Musial at
What do you
number
mean?
5.
This is the best segment we've ever had, hands down. And
I
you're just
have-
mad because my list was better than yours, and I was more creative than you. That's it. You went with top 10 all time. I said I will go with the top 10 ball players I've seen play because Stan
If you took the
Musial
top 10 ball
was
players with the exception of
1972.
Barry Bonds that you've seen play, I could put together
Yeah.
a team that would beat your team 162-0.
No way. No way.
Where was Manny Ramirez in that?
My team would kick your team's ass. Manny Ramirez was 9.
Oh, okay.
I had Ty Cobb at number 4. Look, Ty Cobb probably the biggest asshole that ever walked the planet Earth. I mean, the guy was absolutely an abysmal human being. Used to go to the Bronx in New York and shoot black people on his off days. Like that was his. That was what he was known for. Ty Cobb was a horrible human being, but the guy
I take back my
a
comment about
phenomenal
Ted
baseball
Williams.
player.
Then
he was a phenomenal baseball player. At number 3, I have Willie Mays, Barry Bonds' godfather. I have Willie Mays at 3. At number 2, I have Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth, everybody knows him. Probably one of the best sluggers of all time, but he's second to Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds was by far the best ball player to ever play the game. This guy did things that no other player had ever done in a career, let alone he was doing these things in a season. I mean,
Combs.
This guy was getting walked 200 times a season. He was still finding ways to hit 50-plus home runs. He was still batting well over 300. There was a season where he got walked so much that he actually had more at-bats where he reached base than he actually had at-bats. I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal, the astronomical numbers that this guy put up. Barry Bonds is the greatest ball player to
And
ever play the game.
imagine if they actually pitched to him.
Dude, and when they did, that's why they didn't pitch to him, because when they
Exactly.
did, he was the most feared hitter I've ever seen, and I think that I'll ever see again. You'll never see. There were games where he was getting intentionally walked in the first inning with nobody on base.
Skinny Barry Bonds.
phenomenal.
Barry Bonds was already a Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
Never
absolutely.
mind steroid Barry Bonds. So that's why I think that he's definitely the best.
Tim Leonard says, "Sorry, Jay's list brought me back in tonight. Based off Jay's list, here's my list. Number 10, Henry Rowengartner. Number 9, Benjamin Franklin Rodriguez from The Sandlot. Number 8 is Billy Chappell. Number 7 is Billy Bean. Number 6
The
is
creator,
Jack Elliott.
the creator of Moneyball, so that's good.
5 is Jimmy Dugan. 4 is Stan
James
Ross.
Dugan?
3 is Dottie Hinson. Everybody knows Dottie Hinson from A League of Their Own. 2 is Chet
Oh,
Rocket
he should be
Stedman.
number 1 at least.
How
And
do you
number
not have
1
Johnny
is
Rocker
Jake
on there?
What?
I look. For
Johnny
one,
Rockner?
the fact that you have Nomar was the best shortstop of the big 3 from that era. He was better than A-Rod and he was better than Jeter.
No, he wasn't.
Defensively, hands down, better than both of those guys. Offensively, he was right there with Jeter right there with A-Rod until he got hurt, and Jeter couldn't hold a candle to any of those guys. Jeter got to play shortstop when A-Rod came to the Yankees, and I don't even know why, because at that time he wasn't even the best shortstop on his own team.
Should have moved
So
to second.
to have Jeter over there, I don't know.
That would have been a hell of a combo. Shortstop and second base, A-Rod and Jeter.
If I had one guy to pick to lead my team, to be a captain on my team, it would definitely be Derek Jeter. He's a class act. He was a great ball player. He's a Hall of Fame ball player. First
I don't
ballot
know
Hall
about
of Famer
class act.
for sure.
I heard he used to sleep with women, and then the next day just send him a thank you basket and be like, "Oh,
Hey,
it's
so
nice-
what?
it's nice knowing you."
Yeah, hey, look, if you were a millionaire
You're
baseball
knocking
player,
that?
you would have done the same thing,
I don't
right?
disrespect women like that. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay. So you wouldn't have had an affair with
Jennifer
the
Lopez?
girls that he was saying he was having an affair with,
He didn't-
like
he didn't have an
Mariah
affair with
Carey
Jennifer.
Yeah, Mariah
and
Carey, there you go.
Cindy Crawford.
No,
You know,
because I
those
don't
girls.
do
You wouldn't
affairs.
have. Yeah. He's a crazy guy.
He'd be like Nomar Garciaparra and date Mia Hamm and
But
just
on the
stay
field,
loyal.
on the field, Nomar
Nasty ass
Garciaparra
DM.
was better than Jeter, hands down, 100
Yeah, but
times out of
Jeter-
100.
Jeter knocked down more chicks than him for sure.
Oh my god.
So Combs, the only reason why I had Babe Ruth at 1 instead of 2 or 3, and I always go between Willie Mays and Bonds, but Willie Mays had 12 consecutive Gold Gloves, and Babe Ruth also pitched. And that you pitch, you play defense, you hit. That's an all
Barry
around.
Bonds could do it all.
Yeah.
Could he?
Barry Bonds
could
gets
do
a bad
it.
rap because of the steroids and all
No,
that stuff.
I agree, but can he pitch?
Steroids.
He probably could have.
I don't think as well as Babe Ruth.
Look,
He probably could. He probably could have.
And Hank and him put up similar numbers. Hank
Yeah,
didn't use
Babe Ruth used to
roids, and he
smoke
also,
stones.
got 12 consecutive Gold Gloves. So I mean, you could go all 3 in any order you want, but
yeah, oh no, I agree. I mean, it's definitely. I mean, people look
It's
at
a
me
talk,
like
yeah.
I have 3 heads when I say that Barry Bonds is better than Babe Ruth.
Well, I might have put
They
him number
only-
1, but I
because
knew
they
you were
only-
going to, so I want to.
I think there are 1A and 1B.
Yeah,
For
They
sure.
only remember.
I think you
they
got
only
1A,
remember
1B, and
Bonds-
1C.
Yeah.
They only remember Bonds from the steroid era on. That's why they don't remember old.
No,
school
you
Barry
only remember Bonds
you
from the steroid era on.
know? Whatever,
Jesus Christ,
man.
Jay.
Whatever.
So Combs,
Jay's got his top 10 from 2008 to 2020, from the time he was 4 until now.
how did you not have Pedro on there?
You're damn straight.
Yeah, how did you not have Pedro on there, but you have?
Because I
frickin-
didn't do top 10 Red Sox.
But Pedro was way
But you did
better
Clayton
than
Kershaw.
Kershaw.
No, he wasn't.
What? Are you out of your ever-loving mind?
Are you calling him back into the office to refire him?
You're fired twice. Pedro
Still
is a
coming
top
back.
10 pitcher of all time.
I'm still coming
Pedro,
back.
Pedro's average season was better than any of Kershaw's. Pedro's average season was 17-5 with a 2.20
You can't
ERA.
fire me.
In the steroid era.
You can't fire
What'd you
me.
say? I can't fire you?
No.
The price is wrong.
The price is wrong, bitch.
I'm trying to watch my mouth, so
Oh my
Too many bars
god.
of soap the past couple episodes for me.
This
Talk all
guy.
that shit, but I'm back.
All right. So now it's time for some more shop talk here. We've got.
At any rate,
I mean, look, there's a lot more things going on that we haven't gotten to yet. So we're gonna take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll get to some more shop talk. So we will be right back. Give us about 90 seconds.
we'll debate on Jay.
Maybe. I don't even know if that's a debate anymore. All right, so we are back. I don't know. What do you think? Bring them back or let them stay backstage?
Bring them out. Bring them out.
All right, we'll bring them
Hard
back.
to yell when the barrel's in your mouth.
All right, guys. So we're getting to the end
It
of the
was
show.
all a dream.
There was nothing. We should do. Let's do this next week, Jay. We're gonna do it just for you. Let's get a list of the top 10 players who we've been able to watch. Okay,
Well,
obviously, Hoffy and I have been around a little bit longer, so we've seen more players than you. But we'll keep it to. How about Jay? What year were you born?
You're gonna be so surprised right now.
Like 98?
I bet you Jay's older than me.
Yeah, I'm older than Hoffy.
Nah.
Yes,
I'm
I
a
am.
90s.
That makes your list even worse now.
No, my list is good. I said the people that I saw play.
Okay.
I saw play.
So what year were you born, Jay?
In 82.
80. Damn, you're only a year older than me. A year younger than me.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
You old farts.
Yeah, I'm gonna be 40 in March. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna be 40 in March. All right.
40. Jesus Christ.
So we'll go with let's go from 90 on. How about that? We'll go from the time Jay was
I'll come
8,
up with- I'll come up with
probably
a
about
new
10
list.
years before he started watching baseball. But still, we'll go from 90 on. Yeah? Sound good, Hoffy?
Get on.
All right, but I don't think Jay's list changes.
No, Jay's list probably doesn't change, but we're gonna come up with an actual list, and we'll debate that
Rude.
on Sunday. How about that?
Rude. Captain Rude.
Man,
All right, guys.
God help us.
So this is some more shop talk here, guys. So feel free to load up the comments section with whatever it is that you guys want to talk about. We will get to it for sure. Some things, other things are going on. Look, we talked about this a little bit with the boys from Twist. I don't really, I don't understand why the Dolphins are moving on from Tua. But they
From,
are.
Fitzmagic
Tua's
team?
taken over. So then
Yeah, and
I'm
it-
listening to Fitzpatrick yesterday. And
Yeah.
Fitzpatrick says he's heartbroken. And then he goes on, and then this really puts it into perspective for me. Because he's like, then I had to sit in a meeting where I'm listening to the guy who fired me while I'm stuck in a room for 4 hours with the guy who's replacing me.
Right.
And I was
Right.
like, damn, that
Yeah.
sucks.
We talked the other day, like we thought this was like a plan of like, hey, come the bye week, I think this was on your Mike and Mike show or whatnot. Of
Yeah.
hey, it's the bye week. Thanks, you got us here. We're making the change. But yeah, from yesterday's comments, it sounded like he thought this was his year, ride or die.
Yeah.
He
So, yeah,
said he thought it was his team.
I'm not surprised if he finds a way out at this point. I know we called your hot take on Tuesday hot garbage. But yeah, I don't see that he finds a way out potentially, and I'd like to see him go on a run, and whether it's with your Bears or with the Browns or somebody. But
What's
yeah, I
the
think
trade deadline in the NFL? Week 8?
Yeah.
So they got till the end of next week
Yeah.
to get a deal done. Look, if I'm the Bears, I make that move. What about the Cowboys?
No,
Let's make it-
I'm not in love with Andy Dalton, but I'm keeping Andy Dalton, who's has been there this offseason.
Yeah.
I think Fitzpatrick.
I think-
wins you that division.
I think
Over-
Fitzpatrick
I mean,
wins-
true.
yeah,
They are in
yeah.
a crappy division, but
I think
I mean,
Fitzpatrick definitely wins that division for you. I mean, I don't think you keep Andy Dalton at the
It's-
helm that you're winning that division at all.
it's the
But I
offense.
think
It's not the
I think
offense
they're
that
going
needs
down.
help. It's the defense.
What about?
Dak Prescott wasn't winning with that offense. So how is Fitzmagic going to win with that offense when you have that defense?
Look, I think Fitzpatrick can put more points up than Dalton. I think Fitzpatrick gives
too.
you that extra weapon that opens it up for Zeke.
But Dak's better than Magic, and and Dak wasn't winning. So how's Magic going to win? Dak wasn't winning.
But Dak was close to winning. I mean, Dak.
Yeah, but
Dak
you're going to take a downfall
Dak
from
keeps
Dak's
that team.
numbers.
Dak keeps that team at 8-8 or 9-7. I have way
he-
more confidence in them winning the division better than 6-10 with Dak than I do, with anybody else. But I think Fitzpatrick definitely puts them in position to win. Not only them, I think another team that could potentially benefit from him, and maybe not as a starter, but as a backup for now, is the Philadelphia Eagles. I think, because I'd rather go to Fitzpatrick if Wentz keeps shitting the bed, and then I have something to push Wentz to play better. And if you go away from Wentz and you bring in Fitzpatrick, that makes you a better team as well.
If I'm
Also in the same
Fitzpatrick-
damn division.
If I'm Fitzpatrick, I prefer to be in Philly than in Dallas.
Oh yeah,
I
As
think
a backup,
I-
though.
I-
If you go to Philly, it's to be a backup.
I
Oh,
think he
yeah.
can find his way in.
Yeah.
We've seen that Wentz is, you've been calling it for the past couple of weeks, and I think the only reason why they haven't changed is because it's Hurts, and they don't know what they're going to get out of Hurts. But I think if they had Fitzmagic or if they had
Wentz
Nick
has played
Foles-
better the last 2 weeks, though. Wentz has played better. He's looked better the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, but Fitzmagic's looked better all year, and I think that
Yeah.
if they go and if they went and got someone like Fitzmagic, like Hoppy just said, I think he works his way into that starting role within the month, because I don't see Wentz doing anything good. I mean, all he's doing is degressing. He's just degressing every year.
Yeah.
And
that Super Bowl season, he got him, got him the division, but then, you saw Foles come in week 15 and get him to the promised land. So same thing with Fitzmagic. Bring him in
it's not,
Yeah.
and let him
So
run
those
with
are
it.
the 3 places I see him going. I see him going
And
either
it's
to
not-
Chicago, I see him going to Dallas, or I see
How
him
about
going
Washington?
to Philly. No,
I mean,
because
you're saying they're the dark horse. They got a defense.
yeah, but they like Alex Smith.
yeah.
They believe in Alex Smith. I don't believe in
I mean-
Alex Smith, not with that leg, but they believe in Alex Smith, and that's what matters. They're going to halftime in Philadelphia. It is 10-7 Eagles. The Eagles missed a chip shot field goal at the end of the first half.
Let's go
I don't know how
Giants.
he missed this.
Go.
But it's 10-7 Eagles at the end of the first half. Then
2 wins
there
in a
was
row
another
for
thing
the
that I saw
Giants.
today. Did you guys see that home run catch by the fan last night in the World Series? Caught the ball and then pretended like he was going to throw the ball back, but threw his glove back.
Mhm.
So I'm watching Jalen and Jacoby today on ESPN. Yeah, I'm watching Jalen Jacoby on ESPN, and they say that a grown man should not be bringing a glove to a baseball game. Do you guys agree with that?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I do
Okay.
agree with that too. Combs,
I mean,
you
it-
glove at home.
Do you guys have you Jay? The way I just saw your list, it doesn't surprise me that you don't understand this. But
Combs, have you gone to a hockey game?
yes,
Leave your
Do you
glove
bring
at
a
home.
fucking goalie glove?
Yeah,
no,
right?
because there's nets all around the rink.
Do you bring a stick?
Yeah, so I've caught in a puck with my bare hands, and I will catch
You
a
got two
baseball with my
hands.
bare
You
hands.
got two hands,
I'm
right?
not.
If a puck goes up that high, a puck gets tipped. If a baseball, have you guys, like, Hoffy, you know this better than me. These exit velocities are over 100 miles an hour. 100
Small-
mile an hour exit velocity.
small price
and
to
these
pay
balls
for a
are coming
souvenir.
in hot, man.
I don't
Look,
care.
I
get
have
my
no
hat.
problem coming in with the glove, especially if you're bringing your wife or your kids to the game, because that helps you protect them. I'd rather have a glove on me and not have
That's
my
a-
kids
that's a
get
different-
smashed in the face.
Combs, I'm trying to get that golden ticket. I am risking my hand. Whatever I got to do. Golden ticket, baby. No glove. Oh my God, you saved
No
my life,
glove,
baby.
No love.
I mean,
Yes,
I've
honey.
caught foul balls, but foul balls are different because they're usually tipped. They don't come in hot. Some of them do, but the ones that are like, behind home plate and all that, they don't come in hot. I've caught a couple, but I've seen some home run balls. Hell, sitting up on the monster at Fenway for that Cubs Red Sox series, those balls come in screaming, man. I ain't getting in the way of that shit. I will fucking duck and let somebody else get the ball.
Don't you
Those
have a
balls
hat?
come in hot.
Come on.
Combs,
Use
you
your
know
hat.
what they say?
Ah,
You know what they say, Combs?
What?
No glove, no love.
Don't you have a beer in your hand, too?
I've got 9 kids, so I prove that that's not true.
You got a
God, I'd hate
baseball
to see
team?
your child support bill.
Jesus
My-
Christ.
Yeah, you
What do you
would.
get? 42
Yeah,
cents?
you would.
You get 42
Rub
cents
some
in your
dirt on
paycheck?
it. No, I have to work 75 jobs.
Jesus.
Well, that's what you get for not keeping it in your pants.
Yeah.
That's what
No,
it was.
no.
You said it's supposed to be no glove, no love. See?
Oh, man.
You broke the rules,
My pull-out
Coons.
game is weak.
Exactly.
All right.
You broke the
So
rules.
Mike
now you only
says,
get
rub
42
some dirt
cents.
on it, and it looks like a game ball. A ball costs $2. So he's saying you don't have to catch a ball. Just go buy one and rub some dirt on it.
Facts.
Touche. A little scribble. Ah, look, I got this from Sammy
Yeah.
Sosa.
And you know what? I don't have a broken hand. Look, I don't know. Some of them balls do come in. They've had balls kill fans by hitting them in the face.
I don't need these hands when I catch a foul ball and save a lady's life. Just saying.
Oh my god. All right, guys. So on that note,
$200 glove doesn't leave unless it's for a game.
oh
No
man,
glove, no love.
Oh, don't worry. There's plenty of love.
oh you guys are
Without the
something
gloves?
else,
So,
I'll tell you
Combs,
that much.
Moving on. Who do you got this week? Or who do you got this Saturday in the big old UFC pay-per-view?
Look, I don't go. I don't go against Nurmagomedov.
Come on, chaos. Don't you love chaos though?
I do, but Nurmagomedov.
I want to see chaos.
Yeah.
I know, but I want to see Gaethje touch the right button and cause some chaos in the world.
I mean, Gaethje's got that hook, and I mean he can knock anybody out. But I don't know, man. I don't see it happening to Nurmagomedov. But
That co-main
I guess we'll
event's
see.
going to be a good one too. The Kanoya versus the former champ.
Yeah.
Shoot, what was his name?
I'm gonna record it and I'm gonna watch it probably Sunday.
I'll make sure I
Sunday
spoil it for you.
Probably. I mean, it's gonna be spoiled for me anyway. I get ESPN updates nonstop, so it'll
You
be
don't have
spoiled
to.
for me anyway.
You
But
don't have to
I'll watch
record it.
anyway.
ESPN Plus will have it on the next day.
Yeah, that's true too.
Plus,
So
plus.
either way, I'll watch it the next day. We'll talk
love me
about it
some
on Sunday for
ESPN
sure.
Plus.
So.
Plus, plus.
All right, guys. On that note, that is the end of the show. Thank you guys for joining. Jay, never talking baseball with you again, but thank you for coming on. Hoffy. All right,
You're
guys.
just
Sunday we will
mad-
talk some
you're just
football.
mad
Sunday.
because my list was better than yours, and that's
Oh my
fine.
God. And you're muted
That-
again. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for joining the show. Oh my God.
I don't know what to say, really. 3 minutes to the biggest battle of our professional lives. All comes down to today.
This game is a part of our past, Ray. It reminds us of all that once was good, and it could be again. Oh, people will come, Ray. People will most definitely come.
Great moments are born from great opportunity. And that's what you have here. That's what you've earned here tonight. Their time is done. It's over.